Alright guys, welcome back to some more vintage story. It's been a while since the last episode. Apologies, I had some personal stuff to deal with, but I'm going to try and get back into the swing of things. So today's episode, we're mostly going to be just doing some little things. We need to make leather, we need to get working on the quarry mod, and there's a few other things from other mods that I want to play with. Yeah, I have been terraforming this mound that will eventually turn into a castle. It's hollow and it still needs some work. I'm probably going to replace a lot of this dirt with rock eventually, or stone, once we get the quarry up and going. The chicken coop is working real nice. Lots of little baby chickens, and in fact if we check up from the top floor, every single baby chicken that was born fell through these holes, so it's working pretty good. It's got some more eggs to hatch, and I've filled up the troughs again. So these guys are going to start breeding like crazy. I wonder, can we check what generation these are? Yes, generation 2. So once we get enough of those, we will transport them up to the top and start working on generation 3. And yeah, the big dirt mound is completely hollow in the middle. We're going to have to do a tunnel for our pathway through to the other side of the mountain, and we'll eventually have this as some kind of staircase and have like a gate up around here or something. We'll play around with that, but I'm not going to spend too much more time on this because we're actually super close to hitting 100 hours, and in fact if I realized I was so close to hitting 100 hours, I would have not spent so much time on this, and I would have got a 10th episode out. Because I have been spent a good few weeks working on a 100 hours video, trying to edit that together. Basically just a compilation of all the stuff we've done so far. And yeah, I'm not sure if I should continue with it or just continue with the series, but we'll try and get a quick episode 10 out today, just finishing off a bunch of stuff. We've got tons and tons of flax ready to go. Also loads of vegetables, some soybeans, some cabbages. We'll harvest that at some point, but to be honest, I have like no room in my food storage. Like I've got some room in that, but this one's full, this one's almost full, everything's full. Like we've got so much food, it's crazy. Which gets me onto another point. These berries, I cannot eat these things fast enough. I get so many berries that they just spoil and turn into rot. So, one of the main things we're going to be making today is a fruit press, which is... I've forgotten how to play the game. Yeah, there we go. Fruit press, which is made just like this. And we can turn all of these berries into juice, which hopefully works with the hydration mod. And then eventually, you can turn them into alcohol. Okay, which brings me on to another thing. Made a bunch of food, and this one turned rotten, so... I think if you throw it into water, yeah, it clears out all the rot from the crock, which is nice to know. Let's get that away in there. I do have another crock's worth of food, so we'll be okay for today. Anyway, fruit press. Before we do this, I'm going to have to dig out. There's not much space in this cellar for any more stuff, and I've got a lot more food stuff. Eventually we'll build a bakery, but for now, I'm going to dig out another little room to our food storage area. Okay, so here's how we make the fruit press. Resin, fat, hammer chisel, some planks, and this thing, the copper rod. Now, if you look at this, it says smithing, ingot, and plate. Now, that means you can use an ingot or a plate, I believe, and not an ingot and a plate together, which is what I did, and wasted 2 whole ingots of copper trying to make this thing, and I just messed that up. Okay, let's actually craft it this time, and there's the fruit press. Doesn't use much durability of those things. So, I believe this is like, it's quite big. Oh no, it's just a little 1 block. Well, let's move it into the corner. In the corner next to our barrels, and we'll grab a bucket. Okay, now we really should be doing multiple things at the same time to save our time. Let's get some tannin going. So I believe if we go on this, we can... There we go. 5 logs is going to turn into weak tannin, and then I believe if we put another 5 logs in it after that's done, it'll turn into strong tannin. So we need both weak and strong, I think. So let's get those made, or making. And I'm also going to need some lime water. Okay, we'll work on the lime water. This is going to take forever doing this. Let's get some of these berries juiced up before they spoil. So that's already spoiling. Spoiling. Yeah, all of them are spoiling. Oh my god, right. Let's get in there and put a bucket under our press. And then we should be able to just right click. Keep right clicking. And juice it up. Oh yes. Oh wait, yep, okay. Gotta keep holding the click down on this. Release. Is that 2 liters of water? Okay, it's fully done. Release it. And okay, it worked that time. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but it worked that time. Red currant juice, lovely. Let's take the mash. Oh, okay, and we got, yeah. And we're doing pretty good. We got a full barrel here. Full barrel of red currant juice. Will turn into 50 liters of wine after 7 days of sealing. So, it does have a shelf life. 26.7 days. I was hoping it didn't. So, there's a few... I want to test if it gives us hydration as this form and in alcohol form. So, I'm going to seal this one. I've taken the water out of this one. And we'll do juice in this one. Okay, we got 40 liters of black currant, 50 liters of red currant turning into alcohol, then another 20 of juice, whole bunch of this mash stuff, which we can actually use to feed our animals. So we're going to do that. I've also got another 35 cranberries, which I'm just going to leave as fruit for now. Okay, I also want to check while we can. If I drink this regularly, does it give me thirst? It does. Oh, yes. Okay, and the fruit mash we can use to fill up our troughs. I'm not sure if it works for all animals or just, like, certain ones. Chickens and stuff. Let's try it. We'll fill up these and we'll see what it says. Also, I moved Kitty all the way over to the barn because the cats are pregnant again. And this one's going to be a generation 2, but the other one is going to be a generation 3, so I might leave this one wild and see what happens, because I want to get the cool cat skins. It says suitable for deer, gazelle, goat. Okay, so it seems like fruit mash feeds pretty much everything, which is great. This is going to be our main food source for these animals, I think. Well, grain in the winter, but fruit mash when we can. We'll also use these other pens to start separating generations until we get like another animal like the sheep. Alright, I've also made a whole bunch of charcoal for some plans later on in the video. Oh, by the way, you may have noticed I have a new microphone. Hopefully the audio is better quality. Basically I got some in-ear monitors for Christmas, so I was going to use as headphones. But the old microphone only had a mono output, so no matter what headphones I used, I couldn't get directional audio. So for those FPS games, it was brutal. I had to keep switching to my headset for any other game, switching back to this for recording. So now we have a setup that can do both. I got a new mic, new headphones. So yeah, hopefully the quality's better. Unfortunately, you might hear a lot more breathing into the mic until I get used to it. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to make, or the other things that I wanted to make to help us along with our food storage is the coolers and the freezers from the food storage. I can't remember the name of the mod that I said in the last episode. It's been a while, but the food storage mod. So cooling cabinets, coolers for fruit and meat freezers, all kinds of other stuff that we'll be getting onto eventually, but these ones are the most important because they will decrease the spoilage rate of certain foods. So for this we need nails and strips, Does it have to be bronze, or can it be any? Glass, polished rocks, and some shelves. So, we have a slight problem. I don't have any resin. I have maybe one piece left, and I don't have any glass left, I don't think. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 4 glass slabs, no resin. So, we're going to have to do some resource gathering. While we're on the subject, because I'm going to need a bunch of nails and strips eventually for stuff, let's take this copper anvil, and I think we can use our chisel. Oh, look at that. Turn it straight back into ingots. That's lovely. We don't get as many. I think we lose 1 ingot. 900 units for an anvil and 8 ingots back, but that's pretty damn good. So these I'm going to turn into nails and strips. I'll save a few ingots back just in case we can use the copper for those recipes. Okay, I've also got a bunch of chalk ground up into lime, so I believe 1 piece per litre. Yeah, oh, there we go. Turns into 50 litres of lime water. We don't even need to seal it, just instant change. This will be done in 12 hours, and we've got some water. So, we should be ready to start making leather. Okay, yeah, step 1 is rawhides in lime water. I don't think I have any rawhides, so we're going to do some hunting. And these are pelts, so these are already cured. I do need to craft myself some fresh bear armor, because this is completely zeroed out and is offering no protection whatsoever. Let's drop some stuff off, do some hunting, try and gather some resin. Okay, this should be pretty good loot, yeah. 2 medium hides, nice, 9 meat and 2 fat. That's good. Okay, we're doing pretty good on resin. Doing pretty good. That's 5 already. Lucky there's such a massive pine forest around here, isn't there? Oh wow, there's loads here. 1 piece there, piece there. There's another one there. Another one there, another one here. This is a good resin spot. Let's mark this. Uh-oh. Yep, I thought I heard a bear. Okay, well that's just perfect, isn't it? Chase this deer, and he just jumped into my old pen. Thanks, buddy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, right? Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, we can see it a bit better now that the rain stopped. I also made a little the little flower garden that we'll eventually move our bees to. Maybe have like a statue in there. I wanted to do a water fountain, but water doesn't quite work the way I was hoping. But yeah, this mostly flat part by the top, that's going to be stone. And we may put some more gargoyles or something similar to that in there. Okay, I need to grab some quartz and get the glass cooking up. But before we do that, or while we do that, let's get these hides going. 20 hours for that. We're going to have to do mediums. Different sizes are going to have to be separate. So let's put the huge one in. That'll take 20 hours. These should be done soon, and then we can rotate through them. Do the mediums. This tiny one I might just throw away. We'll see. It's only going to be fresh for another 5 days. I thought that was 5 hours. Cool. Let's grab some quartz, get the glass made up, and then we can start building or making some of these things. Okay, back over by the translocator that we found. I need to go find some sphalerite or some cassiterite, but I noticed that 1 piece of this quartz is not like the others, and this one has some gold in it, so we're going to mine this out, see how much gold we actually get. It's 1 piece, 10 units of gold. That is not enough, so we need another 10 pieces to do what I'd want to do with the gold, which is make another of the pallet things, the glow pallet. So we might have to come back and mine out some of this gold, some of this quartz, sorry, and there might be some gold hiding in here. But for now, we're going to head off to the other area and try and find some ores. Yeah, so over here we have tons of different readings for cassiterite. Over here, sphalerite somewhere, I believe, one of these. This one, very high sphalerite, very ultra high cassiterite, so more sphalerite down here, and again over here. So we're just going to have a little mining trip. We only need 2 ingots of this stuff, but we'll grab as much as we can for now. Ooh, that's a wolf. Don't see many of them, to be honest. And we do actually need to have a look, keep a lookout for any wolves that have babies, and then we can catch them and tame them. The babies, that is. We can't do that with the big ones. Okay, so this area is a lot further than it actually looks on the map, I tell you. And there's actually chalk over here. I didn't even realize that there was chalk over this side as well. Wait, what's this reading for? Okay, high sphalerite in this little area here, so let's take a quick look. Okay, well we've got a cave in between the sphalerite and cassiterite area. Unfortunately, the chalk is only a tiny amount up the top, but let's have a quick look. No. No obvious ore nodes. Let's take a quick reading. Ooh. Found a little ruin down here. Let's just check that there's no ores knocking about. Yeah, I'm really struggling to find this sphalerite and stuff, but let's take a quick look in here. What have we got? Let's clear a little path so we can actually walk. Oh my god, there's a second layer, and I think that's a tapestry. Let's get down there quickly. Is that? Oh, will fall apart when broken. No. What is this? Okay, this one I can take, right? Yeah, cool. Got a tapestry. This one I can't take. It doesn't say I can glue it either, which kind of sucks. Collapsed chest. We got a ruined lantern, unusable. A music box. Oh, we'll take that. But a little tapestry piece. That's not too bad. Anything else we're missing? Ruined table, pot shards. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, not quite finding the ores that I was hoping to find, but there is a whole bunch of chalk here. So while we're here, we might as well try and use our new quarry tools and collect some of this. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of you have seen this before, but for anyone that hasn't, we're going to use these quarry iron splitter plugs from the quarry mod. So, let's get our chunk of stone. I want some of this chalk, right? So, we take these splitters and we want to make a 4x4. So we do 4 on the top, on the bottom face, bottom front face, and then the top back, I believe, is the other face that we need. We need to be over there. We've got these. Oh, this one needs to... Okay, let's get this one facing the right way. Okay, so we got 4 up here facing that way, 4 down here facing that way, and we should be able to just hammer these in with a right click. Perfect. So we know we're doing it right. And this can be like 3x3, 4x4, 6x6, depending on the material you're using. Iron is 7x7 max, I think. So we'll probably make some more of these eventually. Once you've got that, it'll break it off into a big old slab, just like this. And then we've got a quarry slab on a little pallet with 64 chunks of chalk in there, which is amazing. And this takes up 1 slot of inventory space. And we can do that with a bunch of different we can make a bunch of different things from that, like ashlar blocks, raw, chiseled, all types of stuff. I will get more of this, but for now the inventory is suffering, and we still need to find some sphalerite or some tin. So we'll hold off on getting some more of that for now. Let's try and find these metals so that we can make a freezer. Oh, baby. I was just about to give up on finding this. I came here looking for sphalerite, but we found tin, and I was just about to give up. The reading is not good around here, so there's probably going to be like one piece. I'll be mad if it's just one piece. Let's take a reading. Medium amounts, so there should be more. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. That's a good amount. 10 pieces of medium quality. Okay, well, I think that's about it. 13 pieces. Took a lot of effort and a lot of digging. Almost an entire iron pickaxe, like half an iron pickaxe to find that. But that's all we're gonna find here, I think. So, do I collect some of this? What can I throw away? Do I really need this ruined lantern? Unusable clutter. Yeah, we're gonna throw that. And the sticks we'll throw as well. Let's just get out of here now. Okay, the tannin's done. Let's get another 5 logs. Make that strong tannin. Okay, the soaked hide. What do we do with this? Step 2, scrape it. Okay, so take that out. We'll put these 2 mediums in there and seal it up. Scrape this with a knife. And prepared hide. So now it goes in the weak tannin. And then I think it goes in the strong tannin after that. Okay, prepared hide, 3 days. 3 days? Oh my god. That's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, let's get our cassiterite smashed up into pieces. Where are the other pieces I had? Yes, 16 more. Use our hammer, and we have 42 in total. We need... Damn, we need 40 of this, right? Yeah, 5 units. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna have to search for some more tin in between episodes. I definitely don't have any more sphalerite, do I? No, we got bismuth, no sphalerite, no more tin. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's hang our little tapestry up. Is it a 1 block thing? It is a 1 block thing, yeah. Okay, well in that case, we put it there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And now that we're getting leather made, we can put some antler mounts up there. So I do have some really cool antlers knocking around. Right, let's pour a couple of tin ingots. And then we might as well go to sleep just to skip the night. Oh, wait, wrong bed. Oh no, heavy temporal storm approaching. That's not good. Okay, let's grab our tin ingots before this storm comes. And let's search up the freezer. So we need a tin ingot. We need to get some polished rocks as well. Okay, the storm's coming. Quickly grab one more piece of this. Okay, so I think we use hammer, chisel, turn that into polished. And then we should finally have enough to make the freezer. Okay, meat freezer. Let's get the boards. And a piece of glass. Oh my god. A large meat freezer. Raw meat stored in this freezer stays fresh 60% longer or up to 5 times longer when ice is added. And we have got plenty of ice. Now, what's the next one? Okay, cooling cabinet sounds pretty good, and it doesn't actually take any resin or ingots. We should have made more of these. In fact, we're gonna hold off on that for now. Let's make the fruit cooler first. Okay, here we go. Okay, so fruit cooler, we need chisel, planks, resin, one piece, and a slab of glass. Beautiful. A large fruit cooler. Now, the rest of this stuff we're going to use for the cooling cabinet. These are actually cheaper than all the others, and we can put anything in. The fruit one only works with fruit, the meat one only works with meat, but these work with everything. I guess it's a bit of a trade-off having nails and strips, but to be honest, it's kind of cheaper like this. Some of those, and the rest is going to be planks. Oh, no, the middle one has to be shelves. I'm going to need some more planks. Okay, made a few more shelves. So we should just about have enough to make 2 of these. And there we go. Cooling cabinet. We can make 2 of these, and we have a little bit left over. So, oh, okay, you spawned in here and almost one-shot me. That's crazy, dude. He's a nightmare drifter. That is... Really? Really? The 3 of them spawn in there at the same time. Okay. Okay, dude. Well, I'm gonna have to hide in a hole. Right, let's... Yep, let's hide in a hole. Boop. I'm gonna go for a smoke. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, finally. What the hell was... Bruh. Okay. Okay, well that was fun. Not. Hopefully my stuff's still there, because it's been like a... It's been a while. It's been a while, yeah, stuff's still there. Good. Alright, let's get these things used. Gonna have to make some more lanterns. That's another thing. Another reason we got this quarry mod. We'll have to... I don't know if we're going to have enough time to do the quarry stuff in this episode, because there's a bunch more stuff I want to get to. But let's... It's a 2-block wide, right? Yeah, that looks cool as hell. Let's get that in the corner. Right there. Right there. Let's put the meat freezer in between. I think that's a 2-block. Yep. And... The fruit one could go there, actually. That's not... Oh, look at that animations. Oh, it's weird. It's like you have to... Oh, you have like separate slots for stacks. I thought it'd be an inventory like a chest, but it's not. It's like... Okay, let's try this out. Let's get the meat. In fact, let's get some more... What's the perish on this is... Doesn't say. 1.3 years. What's this? 3 days. Okay, and it should like stack it up in there, right? Oh yeah. And we can take out piece by piece. Does it? It doesn't say. Fresh for 2.7. It's actually less. It's less because I think all this stuff's made out of wood, maybe. Let's get some ice. See if that makes it better. Okay, I got some glacier ice, and I believe we have to chop it with a saw. Turn it into cut ice. See how far a stack of this will go. I'm guessing we put it in there, right? Oh, that is so cool. Can I... Do I... Oh, yep, just regular right click. Okay. Shift click with the ice in your hand to pull the drawer out. Oh, it does melt. Okay. Will melt in 13 days. So the more you put in there... Okay, and then shift to close it. Yep. Okay, figured that out. It barely did anything to the it barely did anything to the perish speed of that. Okay, well, at least we know now. This has got a good speed though, 0.26, but these are only 0.2. Oh, now it says 0.08. That's way better. So if I close this, is that going to change? Oh, 0.05. Now it's 14. Okay. Okay. You have to close the lid. That's much better. It went from 3 days to 14, 15 days. So yeah. Okay. It's worth it. It's just close. Make sure you close the doors. Let's try that with some of these onions. Okay. So I've been playing around with these, this cooling cabinet now, and it does not work the way I thought it did. If you look at the tooltip, it says add bowls, add bread, add cooking pots, basically everything but regular food. It's like meals. It won't let me place the regular food here either. So I'm guessing it's for bread, dough, pie, cheese, cooking pots full of stuff. I don't know. It might actually have some crossover with the expanded food stuff. Okay, now we need to make ourselves a natter hatchet blade so that we can do some of the stuff from the Japanese architecture mod that I added a couple of episodes back. Pretty easy, just like a little chisel. Okay, now we put it on a stick and we use it just like a tool. So once we can take this oak, turn it into boards, and then use the natter to turn it into frame pieces. Make a whole bunch of those. Okay, yes, we got plenty of wattle and daub in there. And I could also use some walnut logs. I think I'm going to need a lot more than that though. Let's take 4, should be enough for now. Plenty, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, so let's make a whole bunch of these wall panels because we need the wall panels to make door panels. Wow, we need lots of daub for this, don't we? Okay, how many does that give us? Quite a few. Cool. 12 is not great, but it's a good start. And then 2 of these, at least 2 of these, are going to turn into doors. We'll make 4 of the doors. Just because we got 4 doors here. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so now with the door panels, we can place them just like that. Then we can place some wall panels beside them. We're probably going to have to get rid of all of this silly stuff inside. And we have ourselves a nice little Japanese sliding door. Super easy. Thanks to the mod, because without the mod it would be extremely difficult. Yeah, sweet. We'll have to clean this up, make sure this is all nice and flat. The problem is the design. What we're going to do with the design, because it's we either block the window, or actually, if I could probably replicate this using chisel, maybe kind of similar, and we'll just have like the windows will be different. And I think if we do it, so we can't put one here because this is already in the block. So we would have to then do it like this, and then maybe a log in the corner. Or we just completely do something different on the sides here. But this whole interior thing is going to have to wait until another episode. I just wanted to show off these doors because they're super cool. Super cool. They kind of fade into, like, disappear into blocks as well. So if you've got a wall panel behind this, you won't see it. It looks natural. It just kind of slides in there. Looks really cool. Yep, I see you. I see you. Okay, so I'm thinking we use the tiled beams as a trim on top of that. We may also add some more on the sides like this, or even some patterns. But that's going to be pretty much to the basic start of the design. We'll do something with the top, but we'll mirror this there under the windows, have a beam across, something ornate on top, and on the sides here we'll just use bookshelves around the windows to add some decoration. Maybe this line here we'll do something different with, because we're not going to be reaching up there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to do with this for now. I just wanted to show the shojis and the doors, because the doors are really cool. The little sliding doors that just disappear into nowhere. They're really awesome. Okay, so if you remember our little hole in the wall, our little dirt shack, we used some charcoal to make some little cave paintings here. And I didn't know, but you can also use chalk to do white cave paintings. Which is, it's a game changer, because that means you can do a lot of things with it. And I did see one thing on Reddit. It was like 2 months ago. I planned to do this episode a long time ago, but it's been 2 months since I saw it. If I can still find it, I'll show it on camera. But basically you can use these white and black to do different kind of things, different art stuff. Basically this guy made an eye and it looked really awesome, so it gave me some ideas as to what I could do with it. Okay, so if you control click with the things, you can obviously make the patterns, and you can spam it to even fill it in to be pure white, which is where the idea comes from, to do some kind of graffiti stuff. And if you don't like it, you can break the block and it all disappears. Unfortunately you can't erase like piece by piece or symbol by symbol, but you can erase the whole thing on each block. Anyway, let's get started, and let's just start spamming these until we get shape. It's a bit more neat and tidy. It wasn't supposed to look quite so neat and tidy. It's almost like a font from Microsoft. Let's fatten it out in some parts. Bro, that's way too neat and tidy. I have tried this before and it came out way more graffiti-like. Also, I like to use this symbol to kind of round off the rounded parts. Although that kind of looks a bit strange now, but okay, well, it's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to look a bit more graffiti-like, but let's go in with the black outline and we'll see how it looks. One thing I've noticed is once you mix them, it starts turning into a grey, so you can use that for shadows and depth. But once you do one color, it's quite hard to bring it back to, once you mix them, it's quite hard to bring it back to like solid black or solid white. It'll just stay grey forever once it's mixed, but it still works pretty well. It's coming along nicely. It looks a little bit more graffiti-like now. There's a black outline to it and some shadows. Okay, well, there we go. It looks kind of surreal. It doesn't quite look like it fits in the game, but it's there. It's there. It's gonna bug me. We might get rid of it, and I might move it to like a... We'll have like a big graffiti wall, maybe. But it doesn't look too bad. I could even do like a G on the other side, maybe. SG. Yeah. It's not the worst thing I've ever made, but it's... yeah, we could have made it look a bit more cool and graffiti-like. Okay, well, it's it's not the best. It doesn't look that great, but I like it. I like it. I like that we can do that in this game. I think that's really awesome. One thing that would make it even more awesome... Hang on, let me get a screenshot. Yeah, I think one thing that would make that even better, this little drawing mode, is if we had some different symbols, like this diagonal arrow. If we just had a diagonal line and it was all 4 diagonals, so left, up, right, this way, like this, all 4 angles as just a line, straight and horizontal as well, that would be amazing. As well as dots and circles. Like, if you just had lines, dots and circles, you could do so many things with this. Like, as well as if you took the palette from the Chisel Tools mod, pre-colored something, like drew some flowers on it, and then brought the symbols in to like paint over it and do some kind of design. Dude, the possibilities are endless. Like, you could do so much stuff with this. There is mods that add different patterns, different symbols, but I haven't found one that adds the things that I want, like just drawing lines and circles and stuff. You could do so many things. Like, all of this was this circle symbol and this symbol here. We made these 2 letters, which, granted, it has to be quite big to actually turn them into letters, but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Well, I was hoping the leather would be finished, but it's still got another half a day left, and then it still needs to cure in the water. I think it's still 2 more stages. Like, it's only on stage 2. These medium hides are ready to go, but again, they need to wait for this to be finished, and then there's 3 days, and yeah, I don't think we're going to get this finished this episode. There's still like another 3 days to 6 days of waiting for that leather to be finished. Snow is starting to settle in at the top of the mountains, so winter is definitely not far away. In the next episode, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. I'm going to try and do some inventory. Why do I keep trying to say inventory? Interior design stuff for the lantern shop. Try and move the bee farm over here. Maybe do some kind of statue. I think the idea of a fountain is kind of just not going to happen, because I had, like... So the idea, I'll tell you. The idea for the fountain was to have a design kind of like the gargoyle that we've got here, but to have a hole in its mouth so that the water could flow out through the mouth. But it just doesn't work like that. It just creates a full block at the end of it. I thought it would create a small little spout of water, but that doesn't happen. Also, winter is definitely coming because we're starting to shake and freeze, which is going to be fun. Let's take a quick look at our chickens. They've all grown up. Still a few more babies come in, but they've pretty much all grown up. No babies up here. Still some more eggs. This is working. This is working very well. Any more babies? Oh yeah, we've had a baby and one's grown into an adult. Nice. Does that mean we've got 2 males now? I can't even tell. I think they're female. There's only one guy with horns, so there's only one male. These are not feeding or breeding. Yeah, we need to keep on top of feeding these guys. You're still pregnant. Right. I'm going to do some animal feeding. I'm also going to harvest as many crops as I can. There's so much flax in the farm, and there's still some more stuff over here as well. Mostly flax again. But yeah, tons of stuff. We need to get these soybeans and all the other stuff harvested before the growth gets stunted or the harvest gets stunted. I'll do that off camera in a bit. I'm pretty sure we've got enough room for some food now. Alright guys, that's pretty much all we've got time for in today's episode. I was hoping to get the leather made so that we can expand our inventory, make a new bow and some other stuff like that. That's going to have to wait for the next episode. So yeah, lots of things we need to work on. Interiors, quarry stuff, leather making. We need to do bakery, windmill stuff. There's so many things that I don't even know what to start on next. But we'll find a plan. We'll find something to do for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. As always, my dudes, and I will see you in the next one.